Hello, it's Jensen. So, this is episodes, I think it's 7 through 9 of the Up and Vanish podcast. Yeah, we got quite a bit of insight into this case in, especially Tara's mental state throughout this whole thing. We learned that she was quite the individual mentally, and she was not, at least I would say, not completely there. She seemed a bit on the psychotic side. She's saying a lot of really weird and borderline disturbing or bad things at times. She's like almost threateningly. It was weird. We learned a lot of other stuff. That was more of like episode 9. So episode 7, we learned about the Phineas Gage situation guy. His name wasn't Phineas Gage. That was just the situation it was compared to. This guy gets in a car crash, and he survived, but his brain basically got jumbled, and his personality was completely swapped, which was then compared to the Phineas Gage story, which I knew beforehand, and I thought was an incredibly neat story. But basically, the guy was a railroad worker, and a railroad spike got exploded and went flying through his skull. And it should have killed him, but he survived. And before that, he was a really happy guy, but he became super, super angry and spiteful after the incident, which is what this situation is being compared to with the guy in the car crash. We got more of an insight into this glove, the blue glove, that was found, and people were saying it was white, when in all reality it was blue, and all sorts of little stuff. Oh man, there was something about, what was episode 8? For some reason, my brain is blanking on episode 8. I don't want to remake this video, so I'm just gonna skip talking about episode 8. For some reason, my brain's blanking on it right now. But moving on to episode 9, that was our insight into Tara's very, very rapidly declining mental state. There was, with that sort of situation, it seemed like, I don't know, she didn't seem all the way there, which brings up more ties to possibly not foul. I mean, I know this whole situation is foul play, but if we're looking at it like this is the case is fresh and it just happened, and all these emails and old things like that, like all these old emails are coming out about disturbing things she's saying to family members or relatives or boyfriend's family and stuff. It's disturbing how much she said openly about herself and the people she was in relationships with, and it was crazy. Yeah. And the more we get into this podcast, the more leads get cut off, and the more leads that get cut off, like the lead of Tara going to her landlord's son's house. I forget his name. I think his name was Robert. Correct me if I'm wrong, obviously. I think it was Robert. I'm not great with names. Stopping there, and Payne, the main podcast guy's grandma's friend, said that Tara had stopped at the landlord's son's house, or maybe it was the landlord's. I can't remember. But a lot of other people were saying she stopped at a student's house, which was kind of weird. And then those leads kind of just don't go anywhere. We got more of an insight into Tara's relationship with the married officer that was calling her several times on the day before and leading up to her death or disappearance. Well, that was a really interesting point and really brings up more of a possibility of a police cover-up, which is, I'm assuming that's where this is going at this point. We're so far in without any actual suspects and so many leads kind of just mystically disappearing or being chalked up to coincidence or chance that it's weirdly suspicious. Like with the dogs in, I think that was episode 4, where the dog hit on a scent and it was chalked up to sewage, which, or there was just a lot that really went into what I believe is a cover-up of some sorts. Obviously, I don't believe this is like a serial murder who just happened to kill Tara. I think this is 100% a police cover-up or a cover-up of some sorts. This is not just a random thing. Yeah, that's about all I have to say for episodes 7 through 9. I actually really enjoyed these last 3 episodes. I'm getting more used to the format. It's a nice break from regular school, being able to listen to a podcast and stuff. Anyway, but yeah, that's about all I have to say. And yeah, thanks for watching.